You know, like, the only thing worse than like a stinky poo is a stinky poo when it's mixed with something trying to cover the scent.
Like air,
and it's
yeah,
and it doesn't quite cover it, and it's like, ugh.
Now it just smells like poo and, lilacs.
Yeah. It's like kind of like that.
Just let your poo fester,
Yeah, motherfucker. We're gonna take it up a few notches right now. See if y'all can keep up.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to episode 106 of the ScruffCast. I'm Dan.
And I'm John.
Today we have a very special show for you. Kind of just like you got last week. The same thing we've been doing this whole time, which is very special, obviously, right?
Yeah, I was going to say, I feel like we say that every week. We never really came up with a sort of structured intro besides, what's up? And then we just say, oh, we got a show this week. But every week. Because, I guess if they're listening, we do have a show that week.
What podcast does have a good intro? You know what I mean? In fairness, like our intro, we have that beginning intro. You know what I mean? That's our intro.
Yeah, with the sick Pat Earns beat.
Yeah, that's our intro. You know what I mean? Everything else doesn't matter. This part doesn't matter. People already feel cool,
I've always felt like our intro was like much higher quality than the show itself.
I agree 100%.
Like if I was a bigger, more successful podcast and I was looking for, stealing ideas from the little guys, like I would steal that idea. Like I'll give
100%.
ourselves pats on the back. I think that's a well done intro. Got the cool music, got the little quip.
I've never listened to anybody's podcast who has a cooler intro than us. And that's like the honest truth, which is weird.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because this is not a very good podcast, but there's like some great ones out there, right? Like Joe, you look at like Joe Rogan's podcast. Joe Rogan literally just comes on and like he just starts reading ads right away.
Yeah, like 8 minutes worth.
Yeah. And then goes to his little intro, which sucks compared to ours. And then that's it.
And I think he live streams the podcast as well.
Does he really?
I think so.
Hey, you know
As
what?
he's recording. Maybe he does.
He's like the OG of podcasts. You know what I mean? I don't know if he was the first one to start one, but he was just like he's the man when it comes to podcasts, Joe Rogan.
Yeah, he really put podcasts on the map. He's got what, like 1,200 episodes or something insane?
Oh, I think he's close to 1,500 now.
Yeah, he does a couple a week.
Yeah, and those don't even include like his MMA recaps and stuff like that. Those are just like his regular podcasts, which is insane, right?
I'm just saying, if his podcast being exclusive on Spotify for 3 years is worth north of $100 million, just our intro, it's got to be worth like a little bit,
like $100.
$100. Yeah, that'd
I
be
think
solid.
It's worth $100. Do you think we'd have to give that money though to Pat Earns, whose music it actually is? He would never even know that we got.
No,
money.
he doesn't listen. If he's listening, he'll text us tomato, just like Anthony was supposed to 5 episodes ago.
Yeah, which he didn't.
We're on Spotify, so he's like, "Oh yeah, you guys are on Spotify. Right on. Now I'm gonna listen. Yeah,
now
right.
I can listen to you guys. Great, you goddamn liar! And what is he doing out there? He lives in New Brunswick. Like literally nothing happens in New Brunswick.
No, we've been
nothing at all.
We went last year and experienced it for ourselves, and there was not much.
No, there's nothing that goes on there. So there's no reason not to listen to ScruffCast. And there's just so much empty there. There's like nothing. There's a whole lot of nothing. So you fill that empty with the ScruffCast.
Like I feel like we got off the plane there and we could see his house from the airport. That's how nothing there is in the way.
You know what's funny? It's like you're not even that far off when you say that. Like you're actually not. That's the funniest part. The funniest thing is when we rolled in there, and so like obviously this airport's so small that you just like you don't go into a gate necessarily, right? You don't get off the board. You don't like get off the plane and then into the building. You have to like walk on the tarmac, like almost like you're in the Caribbean or something like that. And there's a big sign like right in the building that says Fredericton International Airport. And I think it was Kalon who was like, I got a feeling this isn't very international or something like that.
Yeah, and I agreed
Hilarious.
for sure.
Yeah, which is so funny. It literally took us from the time we got off the plane, stepped foot on the ground, to his car took us about 45 seconds.
Yeah.
That's how goddamn small this airport was.
Not even exaggerating.
No. And we flew from Pearson, which is like a fair-sized airport. It's a pretty big airport, I would say, to that little tiny thing.
So basically, he's got no excuse. I needed to
I forgot where we were with this.
We're talking about how valuable our intro is. Oh, because we were
Right.
saying patterns wouldn't listen. Yeah. We'd give him a bit of a cut.
We gotta get him on here. What
We
a
should.
bum he is.
We got the power of Zoom, so we can get literally
I
anybody
know.
now.
Yeah, I guess so. He doesn't even have to leave his house.
Yeah.
You know, this Zoom thing is fantastic for the future. Once obviously we get things back to normal or back in the studio, we can have anybody we want on, and they don't actually even have to come. You know what I mean? Makes things even easier.
Yeah. We'll just give them something to dial in.
Yeah,
And boom.
obviously they can come, but like if they can't make it out, easy
Like-
way.
If Barack Obama wants to come over to my house and come into the studio in person, more than welcome. But I understand if he's busy.
Yeah.
And he needs to dial in remotely, we'll accommodate it.
Like, what's he doing now, though? Like, what's Obama doing these days? He's not president anymore. I would assume he's got a lot of free time.
He's just hanging out. Like,
I wonder if, I wonder if he just, okay, let's just say we got him on, which we're not going to. But let's just say, do you think he'd be honest with us if we're like, man, how about that Donald Trump, eh? What a loser. Would he be like, I do agree, he is a loser? Or would he just, be like, oh, like he would be like,
dude, the podcast would explode if we could get, because just think of the Twitter moment, like something would start trending, like he calls him a buffoon or something, and the word buffoon would trend, and
yeah, Obama joins amateur podcast.
You know what happened that would piss me off? It would be taken by the Hollywood Reporter would say Obama calls these people a buffoon or whatever, and then that would be the thing get linked everywhere, and we'd get lost in the shuffle.
Yeah, it's like, no, but we called him the buffoon first.
Yeah, and it's
Obama
but
just repeated us.
He said it on our show.
Yeah, I don't care. We'd still get 5 more listens at least to the episode. Like a minimum of 5.
Okay, now ponder me this.
Okay.
Let's say we had Obama. He came on the show. We did the show. Do you think he would listen back to it? He would go and download the episode of the ScruffCast, which you can find pretty much and listen back? Or is he just like, I was there, I did it, I'm done?
I don't think he would, but I think he would have someone that would probably, someone in his little team that would probably listen back just to make sure we didn't edit stuff and do this and that, right? I'm sure there'd be something like that.
Charles, go download that podcast and let me know how it turned out.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
That was a terrible Obama. You do a much better Obama than I do.
That was like British accent that you just did there.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, we I remember what I was going to say now. Oh, he was on the Mark Moran podcast. Mark Moran? Is that Mark Moran or whatever his name is?
Mark Maron, I think. Taryn likes his podcast.
Maron, that's what it is. Yeah, the WTF podcast. He was on there. It's like the only thing he's ever done. And that was while he was still president.
That's a pretty cool call.
Yeah, I found out about it. And I was like, what the hell? No way. So I went back and listened to it. And so they did, I listened to the full episode with Obama. And then he did an episode right after where it was the reaction from him and his kind of producer, I guess, of Obama being there. And they were just telling all the backstory and stuff. It was insane. It's such an interesting podcast. All the stuff that has to go into the president going somewhere, right? And they literally recorded it in his garage. It was just where he normally records his podcast, just in his house, in his garage. I was like, man, that's so cool. I
guess since he was the current president at the time, they needed a bunch of Secret Service detail and stuff, right?
Oh, it was insane. He said there was a sniper on his neighbor's roof and stuff like that. It was just ridiculous. They blocked off his whole road. And apparently this guy lives Mark Maron. He lives close to the Rose Bowl in California. And so they actually flew from LA by helicopter into the Rose Bowl, onto the field, landed the helicopter there. And then from there took the Beast and drove to his house. I was like, man, that is insane. And by the sound of it, he said Obama's super nice guy. And it was actually really interesting listening to it because he was it was more just he was talking to a buddy. You know what I mean? It wasn't political at all. This was nearing the end of his his second term too, right? So he was he was kind of just about finished up anyway. And so he was just kind of shooting the shit. It was pretty cool.
You don't have to worry about being reelected, right?
Mm-hmm. And they actually, Obama's people reached out to him. He didn't reach out to Obama. They reached out to him.
Damn.
For Obama to be on it. I know. I was like, whoa.
I feel honored if anybody reached out to us with can I be on your podcast? Anybody who has people to reach out on their behalf. Because I'm sure there's people who would love to say, can I be on?
Dude, if anyone reached out, really, besides Kalon, if anyone reached out, I'd be... I'm just kidding, Kalon. We've had Kalon on almost the most out of anybody.
I think we did.
Yeah.
Or he was tied. No, I don't remember.
He's been a little radio silent lately. We haven't really heard much from him, you know? He's been a little busy, bought himself a nice property. So I'm sure he's a little busy.
Yeah, every now and then we go like 2 or 3 months without getting an email from him. And we're like, we've been ripping on him too much.
Yeah, maybe. But I don't think that's the
Really?
case. I think he just like forgets to write in. We'll say that. Make us feel better.
Yeah, it's like same with Obama. He gets busy and he doesn't remember to write in, but
Gets
he
busy.
listens.
It is what it is.
He listens.
But speaking of people writing in, shall we get to some emails, John?
We shall. We had 2 people write in to scruffcast@gmail.com, just like you guys can. Just like we put out the call every week. Let us know what you want us to talk about. Give us your responses to our top 5s. You can, if you need life advice, we'll give you advice. We don't know if it's going to be, the advice, but it'll be advice nonetheless.
It'll be advice nonetheless, exactly. All right, let's jump in here. First one, Amazon wish list. Hello, ScruffCast. Great podcast as always. Jaime tales are always great to hear, and it seems like he's really progressing into the digital world we live in. So he goes on to talk about the story you told about Seal last week. So this is Ian, for anyone who doesn't know, and John told a story about how Seal commented on his Instagram or something like that. So he says, John pretty much hit the nail on the head. I posted a Spotify story on Instagram, and Seal ended up seeing it. Weirdly enough, he didn't see my WTF story after it, but occasionally looks at the other stories at random. Shame he doesn't follow me. I could really use advice on how to get women like Heidi Klum.
So this blew my mind when I read this because I'm like, hang on. Seal occasionally views other Instagram stories you post? So you're getting insta-stalked by Seal?
Yeah, is that what he meant by that? Like he just randomly looks at it. How is he getting that connection to Seal? Because Seal doesn't follow him. Like, you know what I mean? So he just like randomly searches up this same guy. I'm going to look at this guy from Toronto and, look at his Instagram.
He went
like,
to go search for somebody, and in the recent search, he still sees Ian's handle there. And he goes,
So he's like,
let's see what this guy's up to.
This guy seemed cool last time I saw him.
That is
so
Ian,
let us know if he, because what did he say? I posted a Spotify story on Instagram and see how I'm seeing it. Weirdly enough, he didn't see him. But occasionally he looks at other stories at random.
Dude, I think you can just DM anybody on Instagram. Dude, you should slide into Seal's DMs. You should.
Yeah,
Send him a gif of a literal seal.
Seal, what's going on? Why you keep viewing my stories? Just follow me if you want to view my stories, man.
Yeah, and then I wonder,
need the
you
followers.
know what? Ian has been on the show and he's posted Instagram stories about about to record the ScruffCast and stuff.
Dude, so Seal might see some of those.
Yeah, I wonder if Seal has never seen those. Dude, that means that Seal could potentially be. We live in a timeline where Seal could potentially be aware of the ScruffCast's existence. So,
well, it's like the 7 steps to Kevin Bacon. You know what I mean? This is like the 3 steps to Seal. Dude, incredible!
Dude, it's entirely possible.
This is insane. Like, man, that'd be so cool.
Like I'm literally smiling right now, thinking like, we've made it.
You know what we do? Instead of the intro, for a couple episodes, we just run with Kiss from a Rose. We add that in, and then if he contacts us, we know for sure he's listening because he'll be pissed and want to sue us or something, right?
Yeah, which we'll take. We'll be like,
we knew it.
Sorry,
Seal.
Seal.
Listened.
We'll take it down. Taryn hates that song with a passion.
Yeah, you were telling me. It's fair to say probably that Seal listens to the ScruffCast. Seal, welcome. Send us an email. We'd love to hear from you. How'd you get that scar? I don't know.
Are you getting bored with coronavirus?
Yeah. How's your ex-wife doing? How are your kids? Because he's not with Heidi Klum anymore, right?
I don't think so.
You know, that's we're not TMZ. We don't care. All right,
you know what? Yeah, it's all up to you, right? But we know you're out there. I don't feel like it's too big of a jump to make to say Seal listens to the podcast.
No, I don't think it is either. So that's our pretty cool claim to fame. Thanks, Ian, for that. We appreciate it. Keep promoting us.
Our first fellow celebrity listener.
Yeah, Seal. I didn't think it'd be Seal, but you know what I mean? Here we are.
We'll take it.
All right. In regards to the top 5, similar to Danny, I'm not the biggest fan of online shopping. I prefer getting it right away instead of paying for shipping and having to wait. However, having Amazon Prime does mitigate this and also provides great content such as The Boys, a show John recommended, which I believe has a ScruffCast seal of approval, which, yes, I believe it does too.
It does. Season 2 is coming in September. Forgot all about that show, actually. It's a great one.
Here's my top 5 Amazon purchases. Number 5, diapers. In the past years, a few of my friends have had diaper parties, and I started to use Amazon to ship diapers instead of lugging around diaper boxes. It helps significantly, especially since I don't drive, which he did that for my diaper party. A respect, Ian. Appreciate it.
Yeah, dude, you're out here living in 30/20 while we're lugging diapers around like pilgrims.
Yeah, he's right. Number 4, my Reddit Secret Santa gift. I explained on a previous episode of the ScruffCast, I participate in a Reddit Secret Santa where you basically gift a random person in Canada. This past year, I got someone who was trying to start their own business, so I got them materials/accessories that they had on their Amazon wish list to help them either start it or continue their journey. Number 3. See, I read this email already, so I already saw this one, and this one like blows my mind a little bit. Number 3, guitar amp. That's not the part that blows my mind. It's the explanation. I'm lucky to work in a business where salespeople that we work with occasionally gives gifts. When the pandemic started, one of them was really, really kind enough to send through Amazon a gift card for anything we needed in regards to helping a hobby or helping the work from home transition. First off, that's crazy. Dude, I got to get a job even as a janitor at this place, man. This is insane.
That is a pretty sweet gig.
Ian, let me know if you're hiring. I know a lot about apples, man. and not like not the computer products, just literally apples.
The fruits.
What else do you say here? This gift card was able to cover around 80% of the guitar amp's price, and the amp itself sounds excellent. So thank you, salesperson. Number 2, deluxe Scrabble board. Because my grandfather was a multiple-time Scrabble champion in Trinidad, that's another great claim right there.
That's awesome.
My family has a love for that board game. I was able to get my mom a deluxe version of the board game that has a board that allows the tiles to stay in place, plus wheels underneath the board so you can turn it to the person whose turn it is without having to spill the tiles or mess up the board. That's crazy. Cool. I didn't even know that existed. That is really cool. It's also a carrying case. We bring it to family events. Number 1, my camera. After university, my DSLR camera was stolen, and I wasn't able to afford another one for about 5 to 6 years. So the day I was finally ready to order, Amazon made it incredibly easy to choose the right one and deliver through Prime. I've been able to travel with it and take lots of pictures, and it brings back my love for photography. If you guys need headshots, you know who to ask. Hope you guys have a great week. Thank you, Ian. I think we know we will need headshots soon.
Yeah, I mean, now that we've connected with Seal, it's only a matter of time before we start blowing up.
Yeah.
So we'll keep in touch. Now, another listener wrote into scruffcast@gmail.com, and as you can tell from the subject, long catch-up email. It's a beefy one. They're challenging Chris for his title.
I think it's safe to say this is the longest one by far.
I think so.
It took me like a whole poop to read this email earlier.
I just scrolled to see the length of the entire email, and then, as usual, just going blind on the show. So
here we go.
Let's go. Hey, guys. I have not emailed in a long time, as you'll notice by the length of this email. Throughout my coronacation, I haven't been listening to my podcast, seeing as I was not driving anywhere. I finally caught up on all the episodes and collected my top 5s and little comments while listening, and am finally sending the email. At the end, I have also added some of the top 5 I thought of, like I guess suggestions for us to do as top 5s.
Yeah.
Hope you both have a fantastic day. Now on to my catch-up email. Beginning with episode 93. So we're 13 episodes behind here. Episode 93. When the good old coronacation started, so glad you guys were able to continue recording the podcast. Top 5 best purchases I've made. Number 5, wireless ear pods. Not having wires hanging is so freeing of a feeling. You don't have to adjust the wires each time you go to do something. They're not getting caught on anything and ripping painfully out of your ears. That's true. When I used to have earphones that would, like the actual wired ones, I remember it was whenever I would like have to clean the bathroom or something, it'd always get caught on the knob of the bathroom sink, rip out of your ears. It's like, and you just look like a fool.
They're just a pain in the ass in general. And fair, like we have wireless headphones. I don't have the ear pods that give you brain cancer, so not for me.
They give you everything gives you cancer, though.
No, I don't know. I'm just kidding. I don't know.
All right. Well, we better keep going. There's a lot left in this email. Number 4, SodaStream. I'm not a big pop drinker, but my fiance does enjoy it. It has saved us so much money and is so easy to use and just make more whenever you need it. I've always been curious about those.
Yeah. I don't know. It makes like soda water. Isn't that essentially it?
Yeah, I think you buy like the flavoring and it comes with carbonated things.
Right.
Like different like flavor packs. I guess it's got to be cheaper than using like regular pop. All right,
Yeah.
continuing. We've just waded
I was
into
about to say,
the ocean of email.
if we examine every single thing here, this is going to be a 5-hour episode.
Number 3, KitchenAid mixer. It's technically not my personal purchase, but I got it as a Christmas gift for my in-laws because they knew I was going to buy myself one on Boxing Day that year. It is my most used appliance.
Very nice.
Number 2, electric lighter. Amazing purchase. Being able to just charge it instead of having to buy matches or disposable lighters is great.
I didn't even know this was a thing.
I think I've heard of these before where it just heats up. A little thing that heats up rather than using a flame.
Huh. Never even seen that.
Honorable mention, white Keds, like the shoes. Bought my first pair about 2 years ago and fell in love. Very simple, goes with everything, and super comfortable shoes. Number 1, Cricut Explorer machine. Bought it with a friend, and it will be so helpful for my wedding and all the signage. So I had never heard of these until just recently, but they're like, I don't know, you can like print custom signs and like cut things, and I don't know. Anyone else who's heard of it, let us know more. All right, episode 94. I did actually do the watch along for the first episode of Love is Blind. Oh man, that's awesome. Somebody did a watch along with us. Actually followed through.
That is good, yeah. We at least had one person do it.
I was fully prepared to find the show ridiculous and stupid and not continue watching. However, my best friend and I were hooked and finished it in 2 days together. Barnett was 100% the star of the show, and without him, the show would have been a no-go for me.
Couldn't agree more.
You know, you're preaching to the choir there.
Mm-hmm.
Our top 5 was superhero movies. The only real superhero movies I've ever watched was probably Iron Man. Some of the Spider-Man movies, not sure which ones now that there are so many. So I do not have any real list to make with those. Episode 95. In this episode, Dan expresses his hate for Harry Potter, and I don't necessarily agree, nor do I disagree. But they are definitely overhyped. They are all right, but nothing to really be obsessed or rave about.
All right.
Top 5 was things I want to do after quarantine. Although things are starting to open again, I am remaining at home. Number 5, I cannot wait to go and actually shop at a mall. I'm already over having to order things online and wait forever for these damn packages to come in. Number 4, go and eat at a restaurant. Number 3, go to the mall and shop. Oh,
she must love. Yeah, she must love to go shopping if she had to throw on the list twice.
Number 2, I can't wait to get a haircut.
Yeah.
Honorable mention, I'm still growing mine out. Honorable mention, go to sporting events or concerts. Normally my fiance and I go to at least 3 MLB games a year. Number 1, vacation. As scary as it is in the moment to leave the country, I cannot wait to be able to sit on a beach with a drink in my hand. I feel you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Episode 96. Top 5 favorite movie characters. Number 5, Dylan, played by Justin Timberlake in Friends with Benefits. I watched that movie, but I don't remember anything about it.
Yeah, me either.
Number 4, Mike Chadway, played by Gerard Butler in The Ugly Truth. I have nothing.
No. I like Gerard Butler. That was cool.
Yeah, I like him as well. Number 3, Olive, played by Emma Stone in Easy A. Number 2, Brad Whitaker, played by Will Ferrell in Daddy's Home. That's a good choice.
Ah, yeah, great choice.
Honorable mention, Donkey, voiced by Mike Myers in Shrek. And Donkey was voiced by
Eddie Murphy.
Yes. Mike Myers is Shrek himself. We'll let it go.
Yeah. Dude, Donkey is great, though. It's still a solid choice.
It is. Number 1, Katie, played by Julianne Hough. Huff. Julianne Hough in Safe Haven.
Oh, I like Julianne Hough.
I don't even know who she is.
Dude, take a quick Google. It's worth it.
Maybe, do you think she knows Seal? Julianne, are you listening?
Seal's passing it along to his little A-list friends.
Yeah. Dude, maybe it's a hit. Like, you know, sometimes you just find something funny you want to share with your buddies.
Yeah, we only appeal to the Hollywood elite, obviously.
Dude, you don't think that they have group chats?
Yeah, they must.
They must.
Who is Seal in a group chat with? You know what I mean? Well, Ian might be in there, for God's sakes. Who knows at this point? He can at least weasel himself in.
He accidentally got added in, but Ian doesn't want to say anything, so they don't notice he's there, and he's just just getting
Seal just like randomly adds him into everything. Oh my God, that'd be so funny.
Dude, that would be fucking awesome. All right, episode 97. Top 5 dream careers. Number 5, secret shopper. That's an interesting one. Number 4, lifestyle YouTuber. Number 3, have my own vegan cooking show. Number 2, backup singer or dancer for my favorite singers.
I like that one.
Yeah, that is a good one.
Yeah, there's a good one. I can't sing or dance, but like in this dream career, I would be able to. So then I would do that.
You never know. You could still get a little bit of fame. Remember Kevin Federline? Wasn't he a backup dancer for Britney Spears?
Yeah, but I think he could actually dance. Like I think he really could.
Yeah,
Like,
but we're dreaming here.
no, it's a dream, of course. Yeah.
Yeah. Honorable mention, run a successful podcast. And number 1 is just left blank. So maybe don't want to be a
All right.
ghost.
Fair enough.
We'll let it go because it's like a 2,000 word epic email. All right.
Yeah.
Episode 99. In this episode, Dan mentioned that he was watching HD TV and they did a full-blown Wayfair plug mid-show. I haven't come across that, but I have noticed that they are showing little ad banners at the bottom throughout regular scheduled TV shows. What the heck is that? Yeah, I have a bit of a gripe with this. And I remember in hockey, I think it was in the playoffs because they couldn't go to commercial breaks. They just shrink the feed of the game down to half the screen and put a commercial on the other half.
Right.
Oh, like, what the hell?
The ad revenue. Those bastards.
Oh, yeah. Glad to hear you guys are sticking with your intermittent fasting, even though you both are spending so much more time at home and there's a lot more temptation to snack all throughout the days. It's true. And we have still stuck with it all this time.
Yeah.
Adele's weight loss was extreme for sure. A little sickly looking, but to each their own. We do not know behind the closed doors of her life.
That's true.
Yes, queen. Preach. Top 5 worst foods and dishes. Number 5, beets. So freaking nasty. I'm a fairly open person to trying foods, but I would never.
I don't understand what people's hate on is about beets. Now it's not like I love beets or anything like that, but like my wife Anna, she's Polish and they're like all up on their beets. They really like beets, so ate them there and like they're all right. I don't mind them at all. But like my dad, he will literally eat anything. He will try anything. He'll pretty much eat anything. Beets is his one that he's just like, nope, I will not touch beets. That's the only thing I can think of he won't eat. He's had like shark fin soup before, like when it was legal still, obviously.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't say I'm really familiar with them. I've never really had them. I don't know.
I mean, they're all right. Whatever. Doesn't matter.
All right. Number 4, eggplant. This is a good one. The texture is just so nasty and unappealing. I would prefer to not eat it ever.
Fair enough. I don't think I've ever had eggplant.
I've tried it before. It's kind of gets soggy. It's gross. Although one time I did try eggplant parmesan in place of like chicken parmesan.
Mm-hmm.
And the parmesan was doing some heavy lifting, but it was good.
Well, yeah, as it would, I guess.
Number 3, black licorice. You have to be insane to find this a delicious treat. Yeah, why does it even exist? Like honestly,
I used to like black licorice. I find I don't like it as much anymore, but when I was younger, I liked it.
But like, what percentage of people really like it compared to how much they produce? I don't know. All right.
That's true. Yeah, it's like, why is it even a flavor? Is there that many people who like black licorice to make it worth creating a whole flavor around it?
Number 2, like, I'm convinced it had to be a mistake. They're making licorice and somebody accidentally knocked something over. Went, oh shit!
Yeah, knocked a bunch of like computer ink or something like that into.
Like, well, we have to sell this. It's a big batch. Number 2, kimchi. I do not know why everyone is so in love with this as a topic for everything in their lives, but it's horrible. I have tried it before and I didn't enjoy it. It's like
I've never even heard of it.
It's like a Korean food. I think it's cabbage and it's spicy or something like that.
Oh, all right.
Honorable mention: BBQ chips of any kind. Absolutely hate BBQ chips.
Oh, there's no crazy chip I love more than barbecue chips. They're my favorite chips of all time. Like,
yeah,
any kind of barbecue chip. Love them.
All right, number 1, dark chocolate. This was the only one that was capitalized. The most bitter, gross tasting treat anyone could ever desire. I don't say it's like number 1 worst, but like I also am not a fan of dark chocolate.
It probably reaches my top 10 for sure. Yeah. Oh, you know what? So back like when I was still living at home, my sister was still living at home. She got really into like baking. And so she would buy like the unsweetened chocolate bars. So one day I go into the cabinet and I saw a chocolate bar. So I was like, oh, I'm going to grab a little piece of this. So I broke a piece off. I started eating. I was like, oh, what the hell is this? This is garbage. Like, yeah, those unsweetened chocolate bars, don't eat them. They're no good.
It's like chocolate's ugly cousin.
Yeah, pretty much.
It is not a food or dish, but oh my gosh, this new obsession of White Claw around the world is so annoying. So of course I had to try it, and holy crap, let me tell you, it tastes the same as if you had a candy in your mouth and spit it out and drank TV static.
What a funny description for a taste.
It is the worst tasting drink I think I have ever had. Drink TV static. That's good. That is good.
I've also had White Claws. It's not very good.
It's disappointing. Everybody's all about the claw.
I know.
All right. Now we finally reached the milestone here, episode 100. Congratulations on reaching 100. And obviously, when you're receiving this, you've clearly made it over 100.
There's still like 5 more episodes after this. I'm going to fall asleep here soon.
Can't wait to continue listening. And it really does feel like having Tim's with you guys, even through this continuing coronacation. Kalon's topic of old TV shows, it's definitely a vibe, in quotes here. I do wish that Netflix would sign and have Golden Girls on there. That show was amazing. I wish so too. People sleep on Golden Girls. It's a solid show.
Never seen it.
It's like 30 years old, but like Betty White looks just as old as she does now.
Yeah, was she like 95 or something like that?
She's incredible. Up there. Episode 102. So we skipped over 101. Must have been a boring episode. You know what? Yeah, it was the first one in the new century. I think it was a bit of a dud.
Yeah. It was worth skipping for sure.
I don't think we did a top 5 that week. Imagine just not doing one. How lazy.
Wow. I know.
Episode 102. The Jeffrey Epstein docuseries was all right. It was a little choppy, and I feel they may have been able to do a better job with the details and timelines of the entire scandal. I'm actually watching through it now. I'm 3 episodes of the 4. Yeah.
It's all right. Yeah.
I don't have a list for my top 5 athletes as I am not an avid sports watcher and only know a few select athletes. Fair enough. Episode 103. I tried my best to pick only 5. Top 5 TV shows I loved as a kid. Number 5, Recess. Number 4, Magic School Bus. Number 3, Boy Meets World.
Which I originally had on my list, but I had to cut it.
I was never a super fan.
I love that show. It was a good show.
Dude, who's named Topanga? What a weird name.
It is a stupid name, yeah.
And like everywhere you go, was like the principal of the school. Was it the principal or the teacher? Mr. Feeney? Was that his name? He's just everywhere?
I think he was the principal. Well, he was also their neighbor too, right? He was their next door neighbor.
Then don't they like go off to college in future seasons and he's like happens to be there too? It's like, Mr. Feeney, like, are you stalking
How did you get to college?
Number 2, this is a good one. Neither of us had. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Oh, yeah. I totally forgot about that one. That's a great one.
Honorable mention, The Amanda Bynes Show. That's a good one.
Yep.
Number 1, Saved by the Bell.
Yep. I had that on my list. Great show.
A few extra shout outs. Johnny Bravo and Angela Anaconda. Do you remember those shows?
I remember Johnny Bravo. I remember Angela Anaconda. I never watched it, but I remember the name.
Her nemesis was Ninny Poo, I think.
Ninny Poo?
I think that's what you call her. Something like that. Really? Write in and let us know. Episode 104. We're almost there. Oh, we talked about sad movies. I Am Sam. Breaks my freaking heart, they said. The Pursuit of Happiness. That movie just gets to you no matter who you are. It will pull on your heartstrings. And P.S. I Love You. This movie is a different kind of sad movie. The husband of the main character passes away, and shortly after, she begins receiving messages and surprises. Sounds like it doubles a horror movie. Like the same premise.
Yeah.
And then they say, you guys should have definitely made this into your top 5.
P.S. I'll kill you.
Episode 105. We're almost there. Top 5 Amazon purchases. Number 5, silicone baking mats. So convenient. Number 4, laptop case. Cost me $8, and I recently got a compliment from my brother on it.
Nice.
$8. That's pretty good.
That is a good deal.
Sounds like your brother also, appreciates good value. Number 3, electric lighter. Number 3, I'm the brother, by the way, in case you guys couldn't get it. Number 3, electric lighter. Great purchase. Absolutely love it. Oh, they doubled up. They thought it was a long email and we'd forget.
We did not forget.
We're not. Although for the listener, this is probably like a couple weeks worth.
Yeah, I know.
Number 2, reusable cotton rounds. So convenient to just be able to wash them instead of having to constantly buy more. I didn't even know that was a thing.
That is. What's a cotton round? I don't even know what that is. Like cotton ball?
Yeah, I guess for like removing makeup and stuff.
Yes, right.
But they're reusable, so I don't know. The cotton, cool. Maybe they're just like a ball of like fabric. I don't know. Honorable mention, faux velvet ring box. I don't know. Right. You also had a ring box on your list. And number 1 was left empty. After making it all the way through, the listener just had enough.
Nothing.
Top 5 ideas. Oh, I like top 5 ideas, like ideas for top 5s. Should we just, we'll just tell you guys the top 5 ideas. And if any of these strike your fancy, write in and tell us. Maybe we'll do them.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good idea. I like that.
My apologies if you've already done any of these. We have so many episodes, hard to keep track myself. Top 5 brands, to suggest like electronic brands, clothing, food. Top 5 snacks. I don't know if we've done just snacks, but top 5 chips, top 5 candies and chocolates. We did that one, I think, around Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
Top 5 cereals. Top 5 desserts. I did that one with Kalon. You may remember his long story about the Stroop waffle in Belgium or somewhere in Europe or something.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Top 5 breakfast items or meals. Have we done that?
We did breakfast items, yes.
We did.
Yeah.
Man, we've done everything. That's why we need you guys to
Have we ever?
Suggestions. I really appreciate actually getting suggestions like this, though, from listeners.
Yeah.
Top 5 hits from the 90s and early 2000s. That's a good one, but it requires some thought.
Yeah, that's right.
Have an awesome week. I'm glad I finally caught up.
Sent from Seal. Oh, my God, no way.
That would have been awesome.
I know. Oh, that was a marathon. All right, everybody. Thanks for listening to episode 106 of the ScruffCast. No, I'm just kidding.
Speaking of top 5s, though, I got an update from the Amazon purchases of last week's top 5. I talked to my mother.
Mm-hmm.
She does not own that ugly sweater anymore.
Oh, no. That's
Yes.
kind of sad.
I
She
know.
threw
I
it
was
out.
hoping that she still had it. She could have tried it on, took a picture, would have shared it on our Instagram or something. But
That would have been
she
pretty
said
sweet.
she was laughing her ass off as I retold the story. Me and you were both laughing as well.
That is a funny story.
She should have wrote in when we did top 5 Christmas gifts. I'm assuming that would have been on our list.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. All right. Now, I got a bit of a gripe here with store hand sanitizers. Last week, was it last week? Yes. Last week, I went to the store. I had to hunt down a birthday gift for Taryn. Oh, the day this comes out, it's also Taryn's birthday. So I'd say happy birthday, Taryn.
Happy
She doesn't
birthday,
even
Taryn.
listen, but
Tomato. Text tomato.
yep.
Send an email tomato.
Yep. You know, I'm going to wait till 11:59 on her birthday when it ends. I'm going to go, oh, I guess you didn't listen. When I don't hear tomato from her. Anyways, so I went to the store. I'll just put the store on blast. Went to Old Navy. All right, whispering a little in case she hears me here. They had hand sanitizer on the way in, on the way out. And I appreciate when stores, give you the hand sanitizer. You don't got to worry about like fumbling, getting your own, whatever.
Yeah.
But for some reason, store hand sanitizers, I don't know what it is, but they just smell like shit. Dude, it's just terrible. I had a similar experience at Sport Check one time. So went somewhere that had hand sanitizer, used it, was like, oh, okay. Perfect, right? I appreciate this hand sanitizer. My hands are nice and sanitized now. Then I think on the way out or something, hit a different one. It was like a different brand. And I'm like, this is like biological warfare against your customers. How could you do this? Now I smell like shit.
Okay, so this is the thing, because we have this at work too, right? So originally when this whole thing started, we got a bunch of bottles of Purell, right? Like cases, like maybe 5-10 cases of like these little Purell things. And it's just, at first it was just for us, like just for the employees and stuff, right? So as we started to go through that, the store manager decided to order, instead of getting more Purell bottles, they're expensive to do that, right? So you get massive bulk jugs. So think of like, like the water cooler jugs of water, those massive ones.
Yeah.
It's like that, but it's filled with hand sanitizer. Now, obviously, it's cheaper hand sanitizer. It's not, scented to make it smell good. It's just to do the job, right? It's obviously cheaper. So we use that to fill our little Purell bottles and then pour it on our hands. Thing is, this stuff smells like tequila. Like it's just straight tequila this smells like.
Now, if the ones I had an experience with smelled like tequila, wouldn't be that bad. It would make you think of margaritas.
Dude, this makes you want to throw up.
But these ones actually, it smells like pungent. It smells like shit. Like a bad smell.
Like straight alcohol. Yeah.
Yeah, there was no alcohol smell in these ones. It was like they tried to cover it up. Like the only thing worse than like a stinky poo is a stinky poo when it's mixed with something trying to cover the scent.
Like air,
and it's it doesn't quite cover it. And it's like, ugh.
Now it just smells like poo and, lilacs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like kind of like that.
Just let your poo fester,
Exactly. That's a quote for the ScruffCast scrapbook. Let your poo fester.
Let your poo fester. Yeah,
I got another note here.
you got a few. You did all the heavy lifting this week,
Yeah, well, I know
including
listen,
many.
I did. Yes.
Yeah.
So I just put down here John saw a sign at Walmart. So not really that exciting, but I guess because of COVID-19 cleaning supplies are running low. In the cleaning supply aisle at Walmart, I saw a sign that said, "Attention, due to COVID-19 and reduced supplies, you may see unilingual supplies on this shelf. If you require a bilingual product, please let us know." And I thought, that's so bizarre. I guess they had to ship them in.
Yeah, ship them in from somewhere else, right? Where they don't have the French on it, I guess.
Yeah. And the funny thing
Interesting.
is, I don't know if I would have even noticed.
No, no, I probably wouldn't either, right? Speaking of cleaning supplies from Walmart, and I was over there last week, I think, and we got 4 containers of the Lysol wipes. We are locked and loaded.
Dude, like people are going to come for you now.
I know that's the thing. I gotta, yeah.
Put it out there that you're,
Gotta,
got the stash.
gotta sleep with the shotgun beside the bed tonight, under the
Yeah.
pillow.
Damn. Impressive.
Yeah, so we're clean. We're clean over here.
That was it. I just thought it was strange. And I've always kind of hated how they've had to put French on everything.
It's stupid. Yeah.
Like, why? Why?
It would be really nice if Quebec just wasn't part of Canada anymore. I would quite enjoy that.
Like, the only pain is that if you wanted to get out east, you'd have to drive through it. So you have to go through a border and then border back. But it's like, I mean,
See, I'm kind of thinking we
Whatever.
create a bridge that just goes over Quebec, like at the shortest point between, Ontario and New Brunswick.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, a 200-kilometer bridge. We just go right over them. Who cares? Or we just like cut. I know this isn't possible, but it'd be, kind of Bugs Bunny style. We just cut them straight out of the country, and just let them kind of float up, kind of like towards the Arctic,
yeah.
and then just kind of out,
They can
out
replace
into-
Greenland.
Yeah, they can just kind of coast up there. And that's cool. And then we have just a really, really nice beachfront area, right in the ocean. It'd be
The
nice.
Gulf of Canada.
Yeah, the Gulf of Canada, dude. The beachfront properties. This would boost the economy. To be honest with you, this is a good idea.
It would, because think of like the area bordering Quebec. It's got to be just boring.
Yeah,
Because what's on your horizon? Quebec. You're like,
Ugh. Who wants to live that close? Like there's two people, right? People who want to live in Quebec and people want to live far away from Quebec, right? So there's no need to live close to Quebec. Like if you're like a 5-minute drive to Quebec, why are you there? There's no point. Just go somewhere else.
Yeah, the only saving grace is that the drinking age there is 18 rather than 19. But we're well past that, so it doesn't even matter.
It doesn't matter for us anymore. Yeah. It's crazy. My grandfather came here from Ireland in like early 50s, maybe. He was like 25 years old. And so the boat, first, it was like a 2-week trip by boat to get over here, right? And he knew nothing. He just heard there's jobs in Canada. So he's like, screw it. I'm out of here. I'm leaving. So he came from Ireland, and the boat took them to Montreal. That's where like the boat went to. And so they get off the boat. And, he meets some friends on the boat. So he has a couple buddies there. And they get off, and nobody speaks English. And they're like, what the hell is going on? I thought this is an English-speaking country, right? So they found someone, and someone's like, oh, no. Like, if you want to go, there's another city called Toronto. It's like 5 hours away. Just like, take a train there or something like that. And then they speak English there. So they're like, oh, okay. So then and that's how he ended up in Toronto.
That's funny. Because I guess you wouldn't really know about Quebec if you weren't from here, right?
No, and back then too, right? Like I'm sure like the world geography probably wasn't a big deal.
Yeah, so you show up and you're like, what the hell? Are we in the right place?
Yeah, well, I thought everybody spoke English here. What's going on? Yeah, pretty funny.
Yeah. How do we even get started? Oh, we're talking about the bilingual stuff.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah, and they actually had to put up the sign and everything.
Just it's a good excuse to throw a cheap shot the French's way,
Not even, it's not, like there's the different levels of French. Like there's the French in France, right? They got the sort of European vibe going, baguettes and all that stuff.
Yeah. I'm sure France is a fantastic place, and from what I've heard, it is.
Yeah. So I have no quarrel with France.
Quebec though is like, oh my god.
But Quebec's on a different level.
It's like the adopted, Yeah, I'm not going to go there. Never mind.
It's like the foreign exchange student.
Yeah.
But,
They're just junk. That's all they are.
right, but it's like a foreign exchange student comes in, you try to be friendly, right? But it's like they just don't want to be your friend.
Yeah, they're like
And
a
it's
bit
like,
of a
what
jerk.
the heck?
You know? Dude, I'm
Yeah.
trying to befriend you bastard. You know what? You're just going to be lonely here. How about that? That's what Quebec is. Remember, Quebec wanted to split from Canada.
Yeah.
They wanted their independence, and then so Canada's like, all right, well, you have to take part of the deficit. And they're like, oh, no, we're not taking part of the deficit. Like, well, you ain't going anywhere then. Deal with it. This is weird.
Yeah, it's a little ridiculous.
Now Alberta's trying to leave now, eh?
Yeah, people were complaining a little bit before, right? When it was, I think, when Justin Trudeau, the Liberal Prime Minister, was reelected, because a lot of the western side of Canada voted conservative,
right? Yeah,
and they wanted to leave. They're calling like Wexit or something, and it's just
yeah,
that's just sort of the nature of like politics. Like some people are gonna like one side, some people are gonna like the other side, but only one can get elected, so the other side's not going to be happy. But you can't just leave.
Yeah. Well, we want to be a different country. Oh, shut your mouth.
Because you know what happens? Then just eventually parties in that country go, and then what? The liberal, like a liberal or sort of liberal, I guess, like replacement, right? Party in this new country gets voted in, and those people are like, we're leaving again. They keep splitting lower and lower and lower
until there's just nothing left.
Yeah.
It's so stupid.
Why can't everybody just get along? Well, you know what would go a long way in helping everybody get along? Listening to the ScruffCast and sharing with your friends.
Yes.
All right. We had another thing in the notes here. So, continuing my quest of watching a shit ton of movies this year, none of which have been James Bond. I believe it's my 29th movie of the year. I watched Eurovision Song Contest, The Story of Fire Saga, which I think is a Netflix original.
It is, yes.
With Will Ferrell and Rachel McAdams. And you know what? It was all right. It's your typical Will Ferrell fare.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. What I figured.
Exactly. You're not going into it expecting award-winning performances. It's just about them, and they're from like Iceland, and they have these dreams of making it into the Eurovision Song Contest, which apparently is a real contest. I'd never heard of.
Yeah, it's huge. Yeah, it's huge over there.
Which I guess that was canceled this year, but the movie was supposed to release early in the year to coincide with when it would have went up. And Taryn was like, "Oh, look up Portugal's entries in the song contest." I looked them up, and a lot of them were boring, slow songs.
Yeah, of course.
But
just talking about pop sooks and shitties.
Yeah, hey, pop sick. Yeah, give it that pop sick.
I also wanted to watch this movie, but Anna vetoed it not once but twice. Like we watched a movie. Wow, when was that? I don't know. Friday. I don't remember when it was. We were going to watch a movie, and I wanted to watch that. She said, okay, you can pick 3 different ones, and I'll pick from there. I was okay. And I really wanted Eurovision. She said, no. I just can't deal with Will Ferrell. That's what she said.
Dude, you got to pick Eurovision and then 2 real stinkers.
I know. I should have done that. Whatever. Doesn't matter. It's too late. We watched Sicario 2.
How was that?
It was good. I thought the ending was just, I don't know, weird. You know what though? I thought that about the ending of the first movie too. I remember like enjoying the movie and just being like, well, that was kind of dumb. Like just like the little piece at the end. And then the same thing I kind of thought with this movie. Oh, dude, that was the thing I wanted to say. Like a special shout out to that guy who's in that movie. What's his name? Something Del Toro.
Oh, Guillermo del Toro? Benicio del Toro.
But yeah, him. Dude, that guy is cool, man. I don't even think I've seen him in anything else. Just these Sicario movies. Dude, he's so cool in the Sicario movies. He definitely goes up like things. He's definitely in my top 10 for like characters in a movie or something like that. Oh, dude, this guy's so cool in that movie. Josh Brolin's good too, but those are good movies, regardless of their endings. They're still good movies.
I also watched Tag, which you gave the shout out to last week.
Oh, nice. Did you enjoy it?
I did. You know what? It was better than its premise suggested.
For sure. Yeah, it definitely is. I also watched again last night. This is like kind of what you talked about last week, right? You watch an older movie and see if it still holds up, right? This is obvious it was still going to hold up. Guess what I watched? 2006 as well. It's a movie I've seen before, but I watched it again.
Man, I don't know. I'm going to have a hard time trying to guess. Like 2006 is so bland. At least I gave you the director when I was talking about The Prestige.
All right, Martin Scorsese.
2006. Oh, what was 2006? The Departed?
The Departed.
Dude, I've never seen it.
What?
Yeah.
You've never seen it? You've got to watch it.
Shame.
It's a fantastic, like, oh my God, the movie's so good. Like, dude, that movie's so good. I can't believe you haven't seen it.
All right.
It's on Netflix. You gotta watch it.
If you watch The Prestige.
I watch Prestige for sure. If I can find it, I'll definitely watch it because that does sound interesting.
You could have watched it through Fortnite. They had some event where it was like you could watch one of 3 different Christopher Nolan movies on a screen in the game. And they had The Prestige, Inception, and something else, which is such a funny way because it's like, think of the target demographic of that game. And it's like, I'm going to watch this movie on a screen in the screen and sit there and watch like what I thought was an excellent movie, The Prestige.
Yeah, and they probably couldn't care less about it.
Dude, that's like so far down, like in the levels of like, oh, I saw it in the theater. Oh, I saw it at home. Oh, I rented from Blockbuster. Oh, I saw it on a plane coming back from vacation one time. Oh, I watched it in Fortnite when they had that Christopher Nolan event. It's like,
that is so weird, man.
Okay, go get Christopher Nolan. Go get that money.
All right, whatever you say. Yeah, whatever you got to do. Yeah, Departed though, it's got like Leonardo DiCaprio, Matt Damon, Alec Baldwin, Mark Wahlberg, Jack Nicholson, Martin Sheen. Like, dude, it's just ridiculous, the cast in this movie, man. It's insane. It's just a fantastic movie. It's pretty much about like, it's about like Jack Nicholson is he's like a mob guy, right? He's just like a gangster, and he has like a rat in the police force, and then the police force have a rat in his crew. And like,
dude,
it's just,
that already sounds like a great premise.
Dude, it's such a good premise, right? And so it's like Leonardo DiCaprio and Matt Damon are like the 2 rats. And so it's like the constant battle of like trying to figure out who's the rat in each side, right? And like they kind of know there's rats here and there, but they don't know who it is. Like, oh, it's so good, man. I rewatched it again yesterday, and it's just like, fantastic. Holds up 100 million %. Actually, that movie was recommended from Anthony years ago, and he let me borrow the DVD he had, which I still have here.
You watched that?
That was probably
Netflix?
10 years ago, yeah. But I watched it on Netflix because this is just a DVD. You know, Netflix is like HD. You know.
Yeah, standard definition. Ugh.
Standard def. No thanks.
All right. Well, as you guys could probably tell, based on the length of the podcast episode, we're not going to do top 5 this week.
No, because you know what? Why are we going to do top? If we don't have a good top 5 to present to you, why are we even going to do it? You know, we just weren't feeling anything today. You know, we threw around a couple ideas, and you know what? Not feeling it. But I thought of an idea for next week, and I've already forgotten it, which sucks. But I'll hopefully I'll remember it, and then we have an idea for an episode a couple weeks from now that we're going to do. So we'll be back, but just not today. Just not today.
Yeah, but we had good suggestions from the listener. Write in and let us know if you liked any of them.
Yeah.
Of course, you guys can write in at scruffcast@gmail.com. Go to Twitter, find us there at ScruffCast. Instagram at ScruffCast.
Yep.
YouTube, you got to search for us. Go to scruffcast.com. Find all the ways you can listen. Share with your friends. Are you letting your friends know?
Seal. Spread the good word.
Like, Ian is doing such good work sharing the show with his friends. He's even got Seal on board. I'm not even asking for celebrity friends. Just share what that. Do you go to the bakery every couple of weeks, pick up your pup six, and you're like, there's a cute girl at the bakery and you want to ask her out? Well, tell her about the ScruffCast. Then you can send us an email and where you ask her out in the email. Dude, that's romantic right there.
That is, yeah. That's good. I like that.
Yeah.
That's good. You know what? Ian, like, you know how like actors and celebrities and stuff get like honorary degrees from like universities?
Yeah.
Yeah, have you seen that? You know what I mean? I think Ian deserves like an honorary mic or honorary seat on the ScruffCast, you know?
He does. He pulls his weight. Remember when he got us those mugs? I still feel
he pulls more than his weight, man.
Indebted.
Yeah. We'll never be good enough for Ian.
Of niceness.
He deserves much more than we can even possibly give.
Yeah, he's like the girl you bring home to your parents. Or no, she brings you to her parents and you're trying your best, but her parents are like, really? Like, don't you think you deserve a little better?
Yeah, exactly.
I know he's handsome and really funny and has a hit podcast, but come on.
Yeah, that's pretty much when Ian brings us home.
Yeah.
Essentially. All right. I think that's it. We've wrapped that up.
Yeah. I think that'll do.
All right. Okay, that was episode 106 of the ScruffCast. Thanks for listening, everybody, and we'll catch you next week.
Got me like, oh, as I'm watching her go. All I'm thinking is, oh, damn, that bad thing. I can tell you're really good at distracting.
Dude, you should slide into Seal's DMs.